WPH Race 4-8 San Francisco. My name is Dave Vincent. Women's round of 8 action is Yvonne August from Fresno, California, the 2004 national champion in the women's bracket. In the open is going up against Tracy Davis, who's won so many awards that we can't even list them. As she is making her way onto the court right now. Warning from the referee, 2 minutes has been given, and both of these women athletes are back onto the court. Yvonne August in her latter 40s,
serve will be Tracy Davis.
making a comeback after 10 years.
It's going to be 2 games to 15 and tiebreaker to 15 if necessary. Okay? All right, let's go. 1, okay.
Tracy's trying to clarify with the referee that you have to win by 2.
0-0.
Which the players do know. And Yvonne goes right down the right wall, gets a point here. And watching Yvonne August, Dave, warm up here, she looks amazing, left and right hand. That could be the announcer's curse, but gets a quick point with a little taste of what Tracy does herself. Right down that right wall with an amazing serve.
Point.
Remember, Yvonne is 46 years of age.
2
47,
serving 0.
Soon to be 47. Husband Ed watching back home.
Yvonne misplays that. You have to think, Dave, Tracy Davis came up in the early 2000s, and Yvonne would have been somebody that she really admired. And Tracy at that time was not a top 4-wall player, so she's playing against an idol of hers, somebody that she watched win the national championship. Now Tracy's evolved into one of these top players.
Screen.
But she knows she's in for it here.
Well, I remember Tracy, just kind of in the off chance that these two just met out in the hallway earlier today, said, well, maybe I can return the favor what you did to me when I was starting to play. And I can see Tracy taking this on as a huge challenge. A little bit of contact, no call. Nice right corner feather kill from Yvonne August. As I was saying,
2 serving 1.
Yvonne's husband, Ed,
who's also a very good handball player.
I believe it was 1991. I'm going to say this wrong because I had it in my head now. I think I forgot it, but possibly even a little bit earlier than that. But 1990, the early 90s was a good year. At least 1991, where he won a national, qualified that very same year as a pro qualifier.
A national qualified?
No, he won a national and qualified that year. National in the senior division.
Oh.
I'd have to go back to find the right year, but I believe it was 91.
Okay. And Yvonne off to a very good
4
start here.
serving 1.
He also in 91 won a world championship. So I think it was just like his banner year for Ed. That ball looked like it was just over the line.
Appeal. I saw it short. Both agree. Second serve.
Yvonne is a serve and shoot artist, much like Tracy.
Point.
Who brought her daughter Julia here to the courts
5
today, and she's a
1.
top tennis player in high school. And Dave, I know that you play top tennis as well, and I'd love to hear that conversation between the two of you, because I believe she's on her way to doing something pretty special. And somehow this rally is still going on.
Hand off. One serving 5.
That's a nice point for Tracy. Yvonne defended that serve well, but Tracy with the power overhand pass to the left.
2 serving 5. Point.
Consecutive points on what you'd call serve and pass handball.
3 serving 5.
Oh, that's a great shot right there from Tracy Davis. Little underhand paddle kill right corner.
6 shots, 3 points for Tracy Davis, who narrows the deficit
5.
from 1 to 5 to 4 to 5.
Point. Another great shot from Tracy Davis. A timeout called
First
from
timeout, the score is 5 serving
Yvonne
5.
August, and we're all together at 5 here.
On fire, Tracy Davis just seemed to
1 minute.
click, all parts working together.
But you know, what it would be like, Dave, you know, you made your comeback after about a 10-year hiatus and made it back to #2 on the Pro Tour. Yvonne, now in her latter 40s, she makes her comeback, and she goes up against Tracy Davis as her first pro match. I mean, she didn't have a preliminary match to kind of work out some of the kinks. She's going right against Tracy, who won the Women's Classic a couple years
30
ago.
seconds.
Probably the greatest outdoor player of all time. I mean, that's rough. It's like, hey, welcome to the big leagues, kid. And then you got that
veteran.
You got that extra motivation from Tracy, who says, you know, maybe I could return the favor to what she did to me when I was growing up. And I thought, wow, there is some history here. I didn't realize they overlapped. But
Okay, time in. Tracy serving. The score is 5 serving 5. Hand off. 5 serving 5. Point. 6 serving 5.
score here is 6-5. Yvonne wiping some sweat off her face. That's going to be a revolving door shot from Tracy, and look at that cat-like reflexes from August, who almost catches that off the revolving door.
Replay, 6 serving 5, 2 serves.
Well, you know, she's been cardio kickboxing, Dave. Your reflexes better be good for that.
Handoff.
No call from the referee. Yvonne wanted a screen. Yvonne points back to Tracy like there's one.
5 serving 6.
Don't know what that means, but I like it. At the first break, we'll give you an update on the men's round of 16 between Danny Cordova and John Iglesias. That turned
Why
out
make everyone wait? Is that a tease?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt this also amazing match.
6 serving 5.
Perfect shot from
Side
Tracy.
away.
We call that a squelch. Front wall, side wall.
5 serving 6.
A little reverse, and you saw that right when she hit it that she was going to give it to her, and that ball just really jumped away. And we're
6
talking about
serving
Courtney
6.
having a good reverse. That was
Short.
Tracy struggled with shoulder pain in her right shoulder, and I believe it's changing her swing just a little bit, Dave. She's not.
Second serve.
She doesn't have the snap that she normally does. You can see her kind of protecting that shoulder.
nice pass shot there from August. Gets back into the server's box, all tied at 6. You're watching the race for 8 women's quarterfinals.
6 serving 6.
Yvonne August, Fresno, California. Tracy Davis, now living in Southern California. San Gabriel, I believe. Recently moved from Tucson, Arizona.
Second serve.
See, I think Yvonne would score more points going to that lob type
away.
serve with Tracy than she would with that hard serve. I think Tracy's geared up for that hard stuff.
6 serving 6.
But it's hard to change someone like Yvonne, who's got that serve and shoot game and relies so much on a great serve to get that big setup.
Well, I hear you suggest that a lot, Dave, to players that are power low ground and pound players, and you want them to just change their entire mentality.
7
and go to a
serving
lob,
6.
But it's really the next shot that they're after, and if you go to the lob, you get that next shot sometimes.
But I don't think
Side
you're
away.
in the rhythm when you get that next shot. When you're lobbing, you don't have that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's a whole mentality
Yeah.
change, but to me, it's like you get the result you want as a weak
7.
return, not.
You want a towel?
See, I think you play into someone. Tracy wants her to serve hard, but you go to that lob, Dave. We've played with Tracy before. She's susceptible high with the left hand. She's less susceptible with that hard one that goes to the left or the right. You're watching the race rate. There's daughter Julia right there wearing the WPH
Okay.
shirt.
Resuming play. Yvonne serving 6 serving 7. Hold it.
Uh-oh, that could be unavoidable.
Replay.
Yvonne's so intense that
6
she didn't
serving
even hear
7.
the referee stop the play there, but there was a shade across in front of Tracy. That ball makes the front wall. Thought it hit Tracy's wrist. I think Tracy's surprised too, right?
It's a point.
And well, Tracy didn't even move for it. I think Tracy thought it was going straight down the right wall and never
7 serving 7.
Well,
even went for it.
You hit one of those paddle shots like that, the ball checks differently. I think that's a combination between being boxed out and also kind of a weird hop. There's another one of those that'll just slide away, and it's an inside-out open hand paddle, and it has that reverse spin, so when it hits the front wall, it kind of slices off the front wall.
8 serving 7.
Are we playing golf or handball? Yeah, I hear slicing and cooking, and I mean, I don't.
I'm trying to use terms that I know that you could
Point.
relate to, and look
Yeah.
at that, another point there from Yvonne, who's
Timeout, Tracy. The score is 9 serving 7.
taking some of the things that I said earlier about not hitting it hard to heart. She's proven me wrong. I've been proved wrong before.
Less than a day ago, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Had something to do with a hotel room cancellation / booking.
Huh. Well, I went to that hotel and recorded a conversation with the front desk guy. I'm going to slice it up, play it for you.
30 seconds.
I'll prove myself right. And if you don't think I didn't,
Yeah.
I'll prove you wrong again. 9-7. Score, first game going to 15. Actually, 3 of them possibly to 15. And wouldn't you know it,
10
we're
seconds.
running late at a handball tournament.
Well, I hate to jump ahead because I know you never do. But in New York,
Time
we
in.
have 3
Check the ball.
divisions and 3 courts, so I'm not
Yvonne
really sure
serving
how
9,
that's
Tournament's,
serving
this
7.
tournament's starting tomorrow for New York, by the way.
I mean, we can't get this done with 2 divisions and 4 courts. So
Short.
Well,
be
just let
interested
you
to see how
know.
that goes.
Just let you know that's going to be tomorrow. That
Yeah,
one. So if you
Second serve.
haven't entered yet, you're not in.
No.
That one's going to be shortened up to just 2 games to 5,
Point.
or as Paul Brady calls it, 2 games to 5
10
minutes.
serving 7.
10-7. There's the, still clip that side wall. If
Side
Yvonne
away.
can keep it away from that revolving door, she's fine, but every time it clips,
7 serving 10. Replay.
A referee quick with the trigger.
2 serves.
And it just seems like Yvonne's bringing a lot more intensity to this match than Tracy. And Tracy's a very intense player, but for some reason, Dave, not matching Yvonne's intensity.
well, that's just the way Yvonne always has
Oh.
been, though. She's never been not
Side away.
intense. It's not
Check the ball, please.
right. I mean,
Well,
she's always
yeah.
been intense.
Yeah.
This isn't anything new. It's just that it's just more intensity than Tracy.
10 serving 7.
I mean, when you've got players like
Short.
Anna Engel and Jessica Gawley
Second
saying
serve.
that this is the most competitive person they've ever
Yeah.
played, you know, and they're competitive in their own right.
Point.
Yvonne's got that Sharapova thing where she grunts while she's hitting. We've never seen that in handball. I don't
11
think.
serving 7.
She told me she developed that studying Muay Thai.
Huh.
When you hit, you actually let the air out.
Short.
She's just
Sharp
missing
ball.
that serve, too. I started doing that after watching
Second
Mick
serve.
Dodge on the National Geographic Channel. So, yeah, that's right.
Look at that
Point.
left. That was the best shot we've seen in this match, a left-handed left corner kill, and she made it look
12
easy.
serving 7. Short.
Another short ball. I said to Yvonne, you know, you're making the comeback, so all
Second
of your
serve.
injuries are healed. She goes, I never was injured. I always felt that it was like her shoulder went out, and you know, no, she just quit because she had kids and a family and a new business, and she had no injuries.
Point.
Terrible shot there from Tracy Davis. Point for Yvonne August, now getting closer to that 15 mark.
13 serving 7.
We're at 13 serve 7. Easy for you to say.
Short. Second serve. Appeal. I saw it short. You agree? One agrees. Second serve.
Dave, would you consider this the biggest upset of the season on the tour? I'm talking about all 3 tours, if it were to happen. Now, obviously, it's a long way to go.
Yeah, in a way, but you know,
Side away.
Yvonne was great when she retired. So it's like one of those, it's like Dave Chapman when he came back. Would it be an upset when he beat
7 serving
the
13.
first person he ever played when he came back, or not? You kind of expect him to do it, but then we all know how hard it is to come back, you know? So, yeah, it would be the biggest. I don't think we'd had much of the upset thing going on.
Yvonne's playing really good handball
She
right
just
now.
looks, she just, the intensity, the pressure is unreal.
But the shots.
Point.
She's yelling at herself saying, shoot it. I mean, that's all she does.
Thought she said something else. I had
8 serving.
actually already had the invoice out.
She said, shoot it, but
8
she
serving
shot
13.
8 times in a row. I mean, that's intensity. 8 to 13.
Short.
Tracy just out of sorts here, almost hit herself with that
Second
ball.
serve. Screen.
So now we have 1 short, 1 screen. A screen here, Dave, is a double fault.
And she's not going to do that. Oh, look at that corner
Point.
kill. Tracy Davis, left corner, gets a point now, 9 to 13.
9 serving 13.
Getting your last couple points could be the very hardest thing you could possibly do here on a comeback. Tracy in the way. Goes to the right corner, just misses the corner
away.
kill, and there is a side out.
13 serving 9. Short.
That is the 12th short ball
Second
in this
serve.
first game from Yvonne August.
Side away.
The ball just came straight down off that back wall, sidewall slider. Yvonne unable to
9
get her hand on
serving
it. 9 to
13.
13, going to 15 here in game number 1. Tracy was ranked number 1 on the
Point.
Women's Pro Tour for a very long time.
Timeout.
Until Catriona Casey came
second.
along and started winning everything she touched, and Tracy fell to number 2 and was there at number 2 for a while, and then Jessica Gawley beat her in points. See these two athletes here dealing with each other. No conversation back and forth. Nothing at all, in fact.
Well, Tracy's an incredible competitor. Incredibly fair, but she's very serious, Dave. Tracy's one of those champions. Like most champions, she rises to the occasion. The bigger the tournament, the better she plays. I had a chance to play doubles with Tracy in Vegas.
10 seconds.
And it was just incredible, the poise that she brings to the court.
Okay. Resuming play, Tracy serving, 10 serving 13.
Anna Engel is watching this match right now.
Screen.
All-time national champion leader on the Pro Tour for women, 11 national championships, watching at home.
But why isn't she here, Dave?
She has to maintain that new haircut that she's got.
Didn't know about that.
Well, look at that, Tracy spreading out for that shot.
Side away.
After getting her 10th point, 13-10, August.
13 serving 10.
Yvonne had an August rush in the middle of this game, Dave.
Side away.
That was a pun. You can mark that in your scorecard.
10
I
serving
did,
13.
I did actually mark it.
Short. Second serve. Point.
I believe, Dave, this is where it gets really difficult for Yvonne, who, you know, it's one
11
thing
serving 13.
to make some good shots and build a lead. It's another thing to close out a game against a really great player when you don't have the experience. And Tracy's going to make you hit good shots.
Well, Yvonne has the experience. She just doesn't have it like this. She's been in these tough ones before, but that's 10 years ago. Look at, she goes for that corner kill.
Point.
And Tracy again gets another point. Yvonne wanting that freebie, but she's almost going to have to leave her feet in order to get it from the ref.
Well, worst shot you can hit against Tracy is to try and kill in front of her to her right hand.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Now all tied at 13. I thought Yvonne should have taken that revolving door, went out with her left instead. And
well, Tracy opens up there and blocks
13,
Yvonne out.
13.
It's a one-wall play with the open stance kill. And now all of a sudden, Dave, we're talking about potentially the biggest upset of the year. Tracy's in the driver's seat. Look at
Point.
And now Tracy serving to take game number 1 after that amazing lead that Yvonne had. It's getting tense in the
14 serving 13.
showroom here.
5 consecutive points for Tracy, who's really trailed throughout this entire first game.
Yvonne has Tracy pinned, goes to the right corner. Tracy kind of semi-dives in, misses it, and a big fist pump there from August. She told me really briefly walking by, old chicks rule. Doesn't say much to you at the tournament, but that was, I guess, cool enough. Well, she kind of ruled on that shot. Little fist pump at the end. We might give us a replay here as we're tallying off the floor of that fist pump, but if we don't have it, it's okay too. I'm not pushy. I don't fire people for getting things wrong. I mean, I know other people do, but I don't.
Well, I haven't seen anyone fired in a long time.
13 serving 14.
13-14, just over the line. There's a nice shot from Tracy, picked up though from August and put in a pretty good spot. Yvonne pushing her out of the front wall. Tracy has that underhand corner kill, goes with a fish pump of her own.
14 serving 13.
Big setup right down the middle. Yvonne gets center court.
Point.
And a miss hit, and a game number one is over for Tracy Davis, who wins 15-13 by 2, and that is game number 1.
3 minutes.
3-minute break now coming up. We're going to take a break here in the booth as well. Be back for Dave Fink, Dave Vincent. Stick around. More action. Racefor8.com.
So, what's it gonna be? We could ride bikes, skating, movies, zoo, whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards!
Oh, don't. Oh.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it comes.
Oh, Mom!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you.
Let's go.
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
Back on the court, please.
Back in San Francisco, game number 2 coming up around the corner here.
Okay, time
Yvonne
in.
August was up 13-8.
Second game.
Before Tracy Davis scored 7 straight
Tracy
points to
to
win
serve.
game number 1, 15-13. And it was sort of what was making Yvonne get those points.
0-0.
They weren't developing for her. I saw a lot of her standing in the back court with Tracy in the front court. When Tracy's up there, she's dangerous.
Side away.
I mean, if you can do what Yvonne just did, push her out of the front court, you have a better chance. I guess you can say that about any
0-0.
player, but
Tracy doesn't make the same kind of mistakes late in a game that she does, say, early in a game. She goes into lockdown mode.
Point.
But if you're Yvonne, you're saying, why didn't you miss those 2 when I was up 13-9? I mean, I would have won the first game.
yeah. Well, like you said, Tracy, you know, you called it experience, and I do believe that
1-0.
Yvonne has the experience. She just doesn't have the recent experience.
Well, I think past experience is not relevant to a certain extent. I mean,
Side away.
if you've got experience playing baseball, it doesn't mean you can just go out there and be who you were in the first time you got in the
0
batter's
serving
box.
1.
Yeah, but on mental mistakes, I think you do have that experience. It's never gone away.
I mean, you're getting to that point where you're not going to have relevant handball
Right
experience.
away.
I mean, when was the last time you actually played?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I have announcing
1
experience, and
serving
I can't
0.
do that with.
Yeah. I think you actually bring your best game on the preview shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really amazing there.
No, I think you are.
I do my best work by saying, what do you think? And having you talk for 20 straight
Second
minutes.
Serve.
Getting really good at that one. Right down the middle. Yvonne goes to the corner, fights it off, gets a point now, 2-0. We're at the Olympic Club, San Francisco women's quarterfinals. Tracy wins the first one, 15-13.
2 serving 0.
We have 4 members of our broadcast crew all yawning at the same time. That right there is the reason why I love these guys. They do everything together.
Yeah.
Sleep, eat, yawn, dress.
Point.
And there's an off balance, falling back kill.
3 serving 0. Sharp ball. Second serve.
Now, Dave, I hate to make this about you or the broadcast team.
Oh, yeah.
I believe you got here at 6 a.m. today. It's now 8:40. You haven't left the building. You'll be here until, I would say, 11:30.
Okay. And?
I think I'm just letting people know what goes into this kind of production.
0 serving 3.
Well, it's an interesting business plan. That's what I can tell you.
Luckily, though, for you, you'll get a break in Tucson when you'll get to the office at 5 and go home at 6.
Yeah, that'll be.
Call that a short day.
That's
side away.
At the P. Yvonne, though, wagging the finger there. Dave, was that Mutombo?
3 serving 0.
She Mutombo'd that. There's no doubt about it.
Short. Second serve. Side away. Zero serving 3.
Tracy is making contact with her serve a lot higher than she normally does. She normally lets the serve drop, but I think that's related to that shoulder injury she has. But you know, Dave, great players and great champions have a lot of ways to win matches. They've got versatility. Tracy can go to a different kind of swing and still be successful.
This is game number 2.
You got to respect Yvonne, though, who blew a 13-9 first
game
lead. Lost the last 6 points of that first game, and she's come back here, Dave, and retaken control of this match.
Yeah, it just shows that you can get emotional, but you're still in a match, still playing. I mean, she didn't let it get to her, and she's moving on.
Second serve.
Oh, amazing shot. You know, Dave, Yvonne's got to be just having so much fun right now. Win or lose, you don't get this kind of high doing anything else.
No, this is amazing. I mean, you'd have to be at home just kind of somewhat envious of just, you know, the spotlight that somebody's getting where you can be on a court right now where the world can watch you play and you could just let it all out. You have nothing to lose. You haven't played a pro match in 10 years. And this is just kind of like living a dream. I'm 47, going on 48, 46, you know, upper 40s, coming back after a 10-year hiatus. I haven't played handball. I'm playing the number 2 ranked player, number 3 ranked player in the world. And I mean, it has to be totally enjoyable.
Well, this is why I look at people at the gym that are on the treadmill and Stairmaster, and I just don't get it. You can be in here. This is the time in your life every time you play.
If you think this is fun, you should be on the management team with the P.
Yeah. It's a different kind of fun. As in different, I mean, not at all.
Well, I find it fun.
Yeah.
And that long dramatic pause was me trying to figure out if I was going to kill myself immediately after saying that, or
yeah. But let's talk about you a little bit here. What is it?
Let's do that.
What if you were going to say to yourself, I want to have fun
30
today,
seconds.
what would you do?
Go into the green room and work on my slow-mo replay video editing.
20 seconds.
It'd be something at work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Thank you. You've just
Okay,
ruined
back in the court, please.
I've actually given this
the
a
rest
lot
of my
thought.
life, and my career is now over. Because
time in.
I don't know if that's flattering or unflattering, but I actually think about that. I think to myself, what would you do, you being
resuming play.
DV,
Tracy serving.
if you were to say to
we
yourself,
have
I'm going
members.
to have fun today?
We have members and donors and benefactors and volunteers that are all relying on us to do what we do.
Yeah, but don't you think they wouldn't mind if you took an hour for yourself to have fun?
I don't know. I feel like I would be letting them down. I think that would be part of a. Is this therapy? Is this kind of? I feel like it is.
Three serving three.
Yvonne with a terrible air there. She tried an overhand off-speed kill. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I can say this, Dave. As we see Yvonne go overhand, left hand. Her left looks really solid.
Yeah.
I like that shot from Yvonne. Skips it away from Tracy Davis back into the server's box. I will go into the court and play handball next week.
Wow.
Three serving
Once
three.
told by Dr. Shapiro that I was going to have Tommy John surgery. Then told
to
do some physical therapy by a very well-known handball player. Gave me some
Considers
techniques.
himself a +2.
And I decided to do those exercises, eventually canceling the surgery, and went in today during our break. Tracy way overhits that ball. Yvonne just feathers it to the front, little screen, no call, and it is called. Went in there and hit the ball, feel no pain right now. And this is the first time I hit a ball, probably 30 shots as hard as I could with my bad arm, and I feel great, not 1 ounce of pain. So I just jinxed myself, and I probably will have to go to the emergency room later, but for now, it feels incredible. So thank you, Chuck Hook Reeve, for the tips. Look at that left hand with power. Tracy
Chuck Reeve
fights it off.
With tips from the tips. That's number 2. You can mark that
That is
down.
a nice pun.
Yeah.
Now that you've learned how to execute a pun.
Three serving four.
Tracy had that lined up.
Side away.
Just a shank, and I think that's a lack of court time for Tracy. She told me earlier today she just hasn't been on the court a lot because she's had the injury. She's relocated to Southern California, trying to get back into her groove. Tracy's very much a goal-oriented and schedule-oriented person, particularly when it comes to her workouts.
Second serve.
I think maybe these two should put together a workout DVD that includes handball.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, just amazing.
That's another thing. Look at Yvonne in there, like it's still the first point.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a lot of running in here. A miss hit there, doesn't make the front wall.
away.
Up, side out here. Yvonne does a lot of pointing when she's in the court.
Three serving four.
That time she was pointing at her own head.
Point.
Previously she was pointing. See, there's another point. That one from the referee, though. Normally she's pointing at the corner that she wanted to go to.
Okay.
Dave, that you lift your hands when you're playing. Very similar to Yvonne pointing at the corner.
Point.
What is it that goes through your mind when you're lifting your hands in the air? Are you saying, what am I doing? I missed my shot? Or
I've watched one of my matches, which was enough to know how bad I am.
5 serving 4.
So, but there were times I was lifting and had no idea in hindsight why I was doing it.
But everybody talks about it. The referee says, you know, you said, I lifted my hands to tell him it was a hinder. He goes, you lift them after every shot.
Huh.
You remember that from maybe a couple years back? And
timeout.
It's kind of a true statement.
Second.
Is it like, you know, when I'm playing and I lift my hands, it's because I was going for a shot and I missed it, so I'm telling myself, you S-word.
Yeah.
And you're terrible, basically. And I'm assuming that when you do it, you're doing the same thing, but I see you do it on good shots, so I don't.
I think my reaction when I move forward, for some reason, my hands go up in the air. As I'm running forward, my arms go up. If that makes sense, I think it's a.
Well, I've challenged our video team to do a little mashup of your play when you do that, and with some funny music in the background.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, the whew every time, and it's a $500. It's a $500 gift
20
certificate
seconds.
To the winner.
But then every time you offer one of those prizes, you go and do it yourself in 20 hours and say, sorry, it's already done, I won. But I'm almost done with mine, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, I keep encouraging them to just continue on. Just act like I didn't do anything.
Score is 6 serving 4.
Tracy now up 6-4. That ball was short. A punch fist from August.
Second serve. Side away.
That's an unusual reaction from Tracy, who usually has no reaction to anything.
4 serving 6. Side away. 6 serving 4.
Up to the roof, Tracy Davis goes. Oh, I like that shot there. Ball sideline crack and a big fist pump.
Side away.
Yvonne said that daughter Julia was too young to actually watch her play and doesn't even remember
when
her mom was good. She was only about 4 years old at the time that her mom won that championship and then retired and hasn't been back on the court for 10 years. And she said, I'm bringing my daughter to the first tournament that she could actually appreciate now that she's a top tennis player.
How cool. And, you know, a lot of athletes have that same situation. They retire, their kids are 2, 3, 4 years old, and they never could remember how great their parents were. And that's very cool for Yvonne to be able to show her daughter, look, I'm a world-class athlete, still am.
You know, I talked to Paul Brady about similar things. You know, you'll oftentimes just see him just peeking in and watching a match, and you say, what is going through your mind? What, you know, why are you watching this match? He said, you know, you can learn something from this. You know, talking about players' intensity. Look at that little underhand paddle. Tracy was completely out of sorts, but there's that arm, I believe, that is giving Tracy some troubles.
Tracy is showing some emotion here.
Newsflash. Women sometimes get emotional.
Side away.
What a shot from Tracy.
6 serving 6.
I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but boy, I mean, Yvonne still, she's still just jumping around. Reminds you a lot of Anna Engel.
Great shot.
Right?
Yvonne.
I mean, just hopping around and being vocal and diving and, you know.
6 serving 6.
I know that you recall when Anna would just, you know, be late in rounds and still hopping around like it was the very first tournament match. I mean, I don't know how somebody in their late 40s can have this energy.
Point.
I mean, I watch TV at night and I see all of the commercials for things that would give guys energy, and it has this disclaimer list where I would have internal bleeding,
Seven serving 6.
heart arrhythmia. I mean, just all the things that the side effects are just horrible. She seemingly is getting this all natural.
Point.
Just the love of the game.
8-6. Point. 8-6. Short.
Not only did Martin Mulkerns lose that just gut-wrenching loss against Emmett Peixoto, but he's now having to ref one of the longest matches of the day to follow it. And he hasn't taken a shower. He's still wet.
And you talk about that match, Dave. A lot of times you lose 15-12, 15-11. You say, well, you know, it wasn't like I almost won, but he actually did almost win both of those games.
But that's the way it always is with him and these elite players.
Side away.
You know, I mean, you just see these.
Not when he played Dave Chapman.
That was not. Let's just throw that one out.
6 serving 8.
You throw your worst and your best out, and then you start
Short.
from there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay.
So for us, that's this broadcast.
Second serve.
This one's thrown out. Did we just go from there for the?
Yeah. So I guess at this point we can just let it all hang out since it's gone anyway.
That's true.
Okay.
Nice dig right there, Tracy, and a little flip up from
Side away.
Yvonne August. Try to, I don't know, go in and tackle Tracy there as she was on the ground. I mean, it's so emotional.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to go, yeah, by just give them like a noogie or something.
Need a towel?
Dave, after 64 minutes of play, these two ladies are completely even in points scored. It was Tracy winning the first game 15-13, now trailing 6-8, which means they both scored 21 points.
8-6, yeah. 8 serving 6. Okay. Resuming play, Yvonne serving.
Yvonne August.
Score is 8-6.
8-6, Yvonne up by 2. Oh, I like that. Inside out to the left. Little sneaky serve. That's the one that you want to give in the tiebreaker, but
yeah,
she revealed it early. Yeah. That was smart. Tracy going to the right, too. Oh, she goes back again. Tracy has to defend it.
Tracy
Right away.
defended that serve well. Yvonne not turning her shoulders on that left-handed back wall shot.
6 serving 9.
Well, I mean, it was scraping the side wall, though.
She's relying on that basket swinging motion.
Side away.
Look at Yvonne just jumping right up and then into the kitchen to get that ball.
9 serving 6.
Shocked that Tracy missed that shot.
Right down the middle.
Point.
There was 2 points on that one, 3 points. The point from the referee and then the 2 points that Yvonne gave the right wall and then the front
10
wall.
serving 6.
I kind of like that point. That was a skip.
Sharp ball.
Nope. I kind of like that
Second
pointing
serve.
because it's like saying, I need to, this is what I need to do and this is what I need to do. Kind of reaffirms your stance in there.
Point.
Oh my, Dave, it looks like for all intents and purposes, we're headed to a third game here.
Yeah.
You see Tracy now starting to
11
stretch
serving
that
6.
left arm.
That ball barely makes the front wall. Tracy going to go to the corner, gets it, and there's
Side
a
away.
side out. They're playing very congested there for a couple shots.
And Dave,
6
there are just
serving 11.
hundreds more people in that gallery. We're focusing on the August team.
You know, we're only showing 11, but
Yeah,
Side away.
you can put a couple zeros behind that number.
with a decimal point right after the 11.
11 serving 6.
And there's a nice little right corner kill.
Serving 6.
Right now at 12-6, going to 15.
Point.
Now at 13-6, the scoreboard reads.
13 serving 6.
Certainly, Dave, if you thought about what could happen in this match, you think about Yvonne losing that first game after holding a big lead.
Point.
And yet she's the one that comes back to completely dominate the second game.
Yeah.
It's hard to lose a close first
serving
game,
6.
particularly when you've led throughout, and come back and dominate the second game and force a tiebreaker. That's what's happened here. Perfect shot.
That was a nice shot, and
3 minutes.
her whole family watching here. 15-6, game number 2, and we'll have that tiebreaker coming up next after a 3-minute break. Stick around. More handball action next at racefor8.com.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family.
Ooh.
So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Play your part in the circle of life. Take time to be a dad today. Visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Tiebreaker to 15, 0-0.
Here's the first serve of game number 3 between Yvonne August and Tracy Davis. Yvonne loses the first one after being up 13-8. She drops it to Tracy Davis 15-12, and then comes back and wins game number 2 to force this tiebreaker.
Side
There's
away.
the first side out.
0-0.
Tracy certainly did not look like the number 3 ranked player in the world in that second game. And a lot of it had to do with Yvonne, Dave, but a lot of it just had to do with Tracy being completely out of sorts. A lot of errors.
1 serving 0.
And now you see Tracy lob serving. I don't think we've ever seen that.
Point.
It's working though.
No, I thought earlier it doesn't work for a serve and shoot artist to change their game like that.
Okay.
A glove change with 2 points in the tiebreaker.
They wet.
Now I've seen it all. I've heard it all.
2 minutes. Fairly tired now.
Hear the referee say, I'm pretty tired now. So you want to, I guess, call a 2-minute break to extend your time to be underneath that microphone, but just had a 3-minute break. Player does not change their gloves. Referee doesn't catch it. They go in for 2 points. Referee calls a 2-minute break. That's actually a pretty smart move from the player in question here. I mean, you can't script that any better if you're trying to get some more time. But Dave, it's been a great day here in San Francisco. Yesterday, one of the very best that we've had.
Absolutely.
Went up to Alcatraz, got a tour of the Rock, as they say, and did not see Nicolas Cage, Sean Connery, or Clint Eastwood, but we were able to see some seagulls and some great sights of the city.
Had a great
1 minute.
Late lunch at Bubba Gump Shrimp in Pier 39.
That was good. It was a great gathering. Bubba Gump's was an amazing little restaurant there overlooking the pier. And
well, I got out-ordered by everyone at the table, so it wasn't as great.
So
for
resuming
me as it
play.
should have been.
Tracy serving.
Well, you thought you were paying until, don't you hate it
Score
when you
is
find out somebody else is
2
paying
serving
after
0.
you've already ordered? 2-0.
Point.
Now 3-0. This is becoming one of those things.
What are those
3
things?
serving 0.
Exactly.
Oh, look at Yvonne approaching. Nice
Wow.
Point.
From Tracy Davis right there.
I don't see Tracy dive a lot, Dave, and she went down. She knows she needs everything that she's got to win this match. That was an incredible diving.
Yeah, but I think
retail.
she uses a fist when she dives. Here it's the open hand paddle with authority.
And no complaint there from Yvonne, who was buried behind Tracy.
Smart move to dive and lift your feet off the ground like that. But in a side court, we see Luis Moreno and Catriona Casey playing 2 bounce, and it's getting spirited in here.
Well, I'll tell you, Dave, and I don't know how many people know
4
exactly
serving
how
0.
to play 2 bounce, but I played Catriona Casey, and I couldn't do anything. I mean, it was just absolutely amazing.
But she's playing a 2 bounce champion here.
I think she might be the 2 bounce champion.
Back on this court, though, another one of these
Point.
heated battles, and another point now for Tracy Davis, and it could get out of control if
5
Yvonne can't
serving
get her out of
0.
that front court. Trying to kill the ball in front of Tracy is not smart. It just doesn't work.
Point.
And she's found the recipe here to slow down the former national champion. This lob
serving
serve
0.
just giving Yvonne fits. You know when your opponent comes in and tries to fly the lob serve that they're uncomfortable with it. It's generally a good sign.
It's going to not be turned
Point.
back, and there's another point there from Tracy Davis. And what took so long to get to this point.
First time out. The score will be 7-0 when we come back.
It's really just all of that time it took to get here. It's just been evaporating in about a minute and a half.
Well, Dave, this is why Tracy's won 9 straight one-wall national titles, national 3-wall titles, world 3-wall ball, national world championships, you name it, Dave. She knows how to rise to the occasion. And she's doing that right now.
Watching the WPH race for 8. This is the women's quarterfinals. Extended coverage tomorrow, going to be on ESPN and the Watch ESPN app. I thought that was a fairly good shot from Yvonne. Tracy just flipped that ball to the backcourt in a perfect spot after having to lunge forward to get to it.
Okay.
Look at Yvonne. She's.
I'm in. Tracy serving 7, serving 0.
She won the last game 15-6. So, I mean, if she did that exact same thing here,
side away.
She got 15 to Tracy 6 from this point, she'd win, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
If this started just like the last game.
Yeah.
0, serving 7.
I almost messed that one up because I didn't do the math ahead of time. And look at that kill shot from Tracy Davis.
Side away.
Revolving door.
7, serving 0.
Everything's going Tracy's way right now. And Tracy Dave has a very good lob serve. Now it may look easy just to, bounce the ball and float it down the left wall, but it's not. Tracy's got
8, serving 0.
the perfect angle on this. Look how she's forcing Yvonne to hit the ball with the overhand left, which gives her that front court setup, which leads to a 1-inch high mouse.
9, serving 0. I'm gonna replay that.
Oh, tough replay right there from the referee. But no
9-0.
complaining from Tracy Davis.
Oh my gosh.
Point.
Dave, that's just an inexplicable error there.
Those are the ones that you go home and you're shaking your head on. Because when you are given
10, serving 0.
you're given the opportunity and you miss it on when you're only 6 feet from the front wall. She digs for that ball. Tracy gets it right back though and does an underhand paddle, gets the point. Now 11-0 here in the tiebreaker. And I still see Yvonne putting out the same type of energy, but Tracy just
11, serving 0.
has extended her level here.
Well, this game's not really about energy, it's about shot making. And Tracy right now has got.
Hold it.
Well, Tracy started it with that lob serve. As soon as she did that, everything changed. And you can see what happens when you change the serve in this game.
11-0.
If you're at home and you're stuck on something, it just doesn't always work. Change it. But see, Yvonne's not getting Tracy out of the front court.
Yeah. Timeout. It's your second.
Dave, even though, she changed with that lob serve, some of these shots, there's, 10, 15 shot rallies. Yvonne has to change something in those rallies in order to get back into the service box. That lob serve is long gone ago. You're on your 15th shot. You have to do something in those 15 that is also going to reverse the trend. And I think right now she's shooting too far deep. She needs to go high wraparound, get Tracy out of that front court and try to push her into the back court. And right now she's just kind of maybe going for broke, kind of like a Mondo Ortiz, just going for kill shots.
Well, Tracy's exposing a weakness in Yvonne, which is her overhand left. So you can say, well, wrap it around or hit the ceiling. I don't think she has that shot with her overhand
I'm not saying
left.
defending the serve, because we're not talking about Tracy's not serving and shooting. Tracy is serving, Yvonne's defending, and they get into this 15-shot rally, and every rally is ending with Yvonne behind Tracy.
Time in.
What I'm saying is somewhere down the line, 7
Tracy
shots from
serving,
now,
the score is
wrap one around or do whatever you have to do
0.
to get Tracy out of that front court. I'd say pop one to the ceiling. Just
short. Second serve.
I understand what you're saying if it's a first strike, but it's not. It's been going longer than that. See, Yvonne's still deep in the court here.
Point.
Now
13 serving 0.
To 0.
Is Yvonne now admonishing herself to try and just get 1 point, or is she still thinking she's in this match.
Well, she's fighting.
Down.
Look, she's yelling at herself up there.
Zero serving 13.
And there's the first point. Now you see August taking that ball and yelling at herself.
1 serving 13.
113. Got the 0 off the scoreboard at least. Almost a screen. No call. Referee
Point.
fist pump. August 213.
2 serving 13.
I love the street view. We call that ground 0. Oh, and she gets a corner kill. Another yell, fist pump.
What in the Nick Horniak is going on here, Dave?
3 serving 13.
3 to 13.
Hold it.
Now we're trading fist shots. There's 4 fist shots in a row.
Replay.
2 punches and 2 traditional fists.
3 serving 13.
313.
Short.
That is the 37th short serve from Yvonne
Second
August.
serve.
Underhand paddle, flip up to the front.
Side away.
Just can't make those kind of errors if you're trying to mount a huge comeback.
Thirteen serving 3. Point.
No first strike needed there. An ace lob serve. Match point now for Tracy Davis.
14 possible match point serving 3.
And
game.
Yvonne goes for an elite rollout there, and Tracy Davis takes her down in 3 after losing the second game, winning the first one 15 to 13, losing the second one 6 to 15. And then Tracy closes out Yvonne August there with a pretty good display of quick handball action up until about the 10th point. It was only about 3 minutes. Yvonne kind of gathered herself a little bit, scored 3, but that was about it. And Dave, that win goes to Tracy Davis. She goes back into the semifinals once again. We talk a lot about, you know, I've said that you're one of the most consistent players on the Pro Tour. Nadia Alvarado, consistent semifinalist. You'd have to say Tracy Davis is also consistent, always making it to the semifinals when she enters these tournaments. And she takes down the former national champion, Yvonne August, and ruins her comeback. But there's always the playoffs. We're going to say goodnight for now. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the morning, Pacific time, will be the first ESPN match. ESPN, watch ESPN app as we stream it for you live on their apps and their TVs and devices and smartphones and all their different ways of getting onto that network. That'll be on watchespn.com or our website at race48.com. In the meantime, we're going to say goodbye. I'm just going to close it instead of having a big old wrap-up show. I know everybody's eyes are red. Not me. I'm going to stay here and just continue to edit video.
Yeah.
But I know that when you guys come in tomorrow, bring me something to drink because I'm sure I'll be thirsty by then.
Yeah.
For Chris, Linda, I go by first names now, Bruno, Jeff. Oh, he's not here at this tournament, is he?
Yeah, he is. Oh, Jeff is not.
Jeff isn't here. He's not part of the crew this weekend. Lolita, yourself, Dave Fink. Tanner.
Yeah.
I know there's somebody that we're missing. I feel like we're missing somebody. Dave Vincent saying goodnight. See you tomorrow on racefor8.com and on ESPN.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on.
I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
Okay, all right.
They might surprise you.
Hey, she took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.